What's up? How you doing? Here I am with my daughter Amanda, and got some tea here tonight that we're gonna have in a few minutes. And I always look for this tea when I go to the supermarket, but I never find it. Today we found it, me and my wife. My wife spotted this, and I said, "That's the tea I want." And it's red rose tea. The thing I could say about this tea is that my grandmother used to get this brand, and when I would go over there, she would make it. She'd say, "You want some tea?" I'd say, "Sure, put some tea." And she'd make this brand over here, and it's very, very flavorful, very enjoyable flavor. So it says fine tea since 1890, original full flavor black tea. Enjoy the natural goodness of black tea. There's 100 bags in here, and a little thing that says it's specifically for you, like they know. So, taste the love in every cup. So anyway, we're going to open it up right now and take a little
look at it.
Yeah, take a little look.
Also,
what is it?
We have these 2 cups. This is like a poisonous mushroom, and it opens. And then this is a red and black cup that we got at the Grand Canyon, and it's very nice. It has like this red part, and it has like squiggly arrow, and then it has like these ripples, which I think is really cool. And there's like a handle part. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a tail.
So smell this. Give me your impression.
It smells like really strong tea.
That's rich.
And then there's that one random one on the top. It looks pretty, yeah.
Right, it has a little rose on the little label.
This is mine.
So, water's heating up inside, and we're gonna have tea in a few minutes. So anyway, another thing I'd like to show here is today I went out and I purchased a brand new pair of socks. Some people will recognize what these are.
I recognize them.
So these socks are Kool-Aid. In the old days, when you'd watch Saturday morning cartoons, the cartoon for Kool-Aid was popular. There would be a bunch of kids in the backyard running around, and it would be like the sun would be blazing on them, and they'd wipe their brow, and they'd say, "You know, I'm thirsty," and they'd say, "Hey, Kool-Aid," or something like that, and all of a sudden there'd be a brick wall and Kool-Aid, this big pitcher of Kool-Aid with a face on it, would bust the wall down, and then Mom would show up with a pitcher of real Kool-Aid, and the kids would be sipping it down. It's pretty tasty Kool-Aid. I just want to say that Kool-Aid was not really a big part of my childhood in terms of me having it. I may have had it 5-6 times in my whole life. Not really that big to me, but I did love the commercials, and I may get some Kool-Aid to taste. It's not bad, but like I said, it wasn't a dominant thing. So that's it, Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and also, like, I've never tried Kool-Aid, but, like, one time there was this kid's birthday party at school. Like, they just brought cupcakes, and they brought Kool-Aid, but when I drank the Kool-Aid, it tasted like that cherry medicine that you get. And it just wasn't that good to me. Like, it looked like the Capri Sun, but Kool-Aid in a red river, like, it's supposed to be Kool-Aid.
Right.
Which I think,
well, it's good on a hot day if you have Kool-Aid with a ton of ice, nice tall glass, fill it up, take a little drinky poo, it hits the spot. But yeah, this Kool-Aid thing. It's not as popular anymore, but when I was growing up, Kool-Aid was very popular. But tonight we're gonna have tea once again. Red rose tea. Taste the love in every cup. They actually give you directions on how to make tea. Anybody really need these directions?
The first person that buys tea.
Place 1 red rose tea bag in a cup and pour boiling water. Brew 3 to 5 minutes or until desired strength. Add sugar, milk, or lemon to taste. Who doesn't know that? They have, like, some things
The
do
first
not.
person to get tea.
Right, yeah. Some things don't require directions.
Maybe
Tea's
that
one
was
of them.
made in like back then when people didn't think tea was that popular, and like they make them now.
So I drink tea all the time, but my mother, my father, my mother, father, other relatives, they were brought up during a time when you drank tea when you were sick. You weren't feeling well, you had a cold, maybe you had the flu. Then they pulled out the tea. But, for me and for my generation, iced tea, regular tea, you drink it whenever. It's not something you drink only when you're sick.
Why is there no calories?
Well, it doesn't have calories until you put sugar in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but can I read the directions?
Go ahead.
Yeah, like for tea by the pot, rinse teapot with hot water. Place red rose tea bag. Like, just say the tea bag. What? They're gonna read these directions while using a Lipton tea bag. Place tea bag in teapot. Using one bag per cup. Pour boiling water into a teapot and brew 3 to 5 minutes or until desired strength. Blah blah blah. Same thing like the for the tea cup. And then I think the for iced tea is different. Bring water to a boil. Remove from heat and add number 4 tea bags per quart of water. Steep for 3 to 5 minutes. Remove tea bags and let tea cool. And add lemon and /or sweetener if desired. Add ice and enjoy with a smile. Oh yeah, this was made 1890.
Right. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take my teacup and Amanda's teacup, and I'm gonna wash them, and then I'm gonna bring the tea in here. And we're gonna have a little drinky poo.
Yeah, and like you have to wash them because they're still a little bit new.
Okay. All right. I'll be back. We'll be back. All right. So we're back. Got the hot water here.
Will become hot tea in a few seconds.
Right. We have a tea bag. Gonna put it into the cup.
It's pretty.
Okay, you ready?
And also there's like a little top hat for like mine, but it's more used for it's more if you want to keep something hot and you don't want the steam to come out. So that's the other reason. But it's like acts like a little poisonous mushroom cup. And then yours is like the Grand Canyon, right?
Right. When I was in the 5th grade, my math teacher, you never saw her without a cup of coffee in her hand or on her desk while she was teaching. And she had this, I don't know, it was like a tall cup, like that high, that tall.
That's a lot.
And it had like a fat bottom, and then it would taper off as it went to the top, a big handle. And she used to dress in pantsuits, looked like a little dude. She had blonde hair, but it was always greasy. She had a high grease content problem for her hair. So
You mean
always
jumpsuit? Jumpsuit?
no, it was like a little dude outfit,
Ah, okay.
pants and kind of like a jacket thing going on, slacks. I don't know. Only thing missing was a tie. So she always had the cup right next to her, and she would always take a little drinky poo out of it. And she sat at a long table, but she was edgy. She was edgy. If somebody acted up or did not understand a concept in math, she would say, are you deaf or are you stupid? Or is it that you just don't understand? So she said that for the first 6 months of the school, and somebody must have complained, and she must have been spoken to, because she switched it around. She would say, is it that you just don't understand? She cut everything else up, but she used to say, are you deaf, are you stupid, or is it that you just don't understand? And then she just kept the do you not understand part. So some parent must have complained about her, but she was edgy. She would get all like immediately start shaking, and she was a young woman. I mean, the way I have her in my brain right now, she was probably like 47 years old, around there, and always drank coffee though.
Yeah.
You never saw her without a cup of coffee. While teaching, she had coffee. While out in the hallway area there, she had a cup of coffee. While downstairs during recess, always carried something. So I will say though that one day she came in, and her hair was done up. You know, she had it just cut. It looked all fresh. It was fluffy, like she washed it with Prel, and it wasn't greasy at all. And I looked at her, I go, wow, that's unusual. It's almost like she took out the VO5. So anyway, I didn't know anything beyond her personality other than the fact that she was edgy. And she was
coffee drinker, right?
yeah, I was gonna do one of those Sanka commercials with her. I was gonna pop up and I would say, you should try Sanka brand coffee. It's decaffeinated and it'll keep your nerves still and steady, just like Robert Young used to do during those Sanka brand commercials. And I was a fan of Robert Young. I used to watch him, Father Knows Best, and Marcus Welby, MD. Good shows. He played a doctor. So anyway, I want to take a little taste here. Smells pretty good.
Hot. Haha. But I tried it with my pinky. It tastes really good.
It's pretty good.
I like Lipton tea, but this
Well,
is good
Lipton is my favorite. You can't beat Lipton, but this one is good also.
Yeah, this I would choose Lipton over this. But if Lipton didn't exist anymore, I would pick that.
I mean, you really taste the tea in this one,
Yeah.
which should be obvious. But some of them, they have a mild tea flavor. This one is a very very rich
That's why
tea.
the whole box smells like tea. But like usually a lot of them, so you know, like the teacher that you described, like for your teacher.
Right.
I have a teacher, like at my school, like today. Like she has a cup of coffee. Like she could have like Starbucks. She could, and then like she could like have like a water bottle, and it would be like filled with coffee or something.
Yeah. Well, they want to stay awake and alert. Coffee helps.
Yeah, and we had to rearrange our desks because like a lot of arguments were happening, and she was like not really happy with it. So we had to go. And yeah, and sometimes like the teacher, she wouldn't wear her mask a lot. Like she took off her mask in the middle of class to like take a sip of coffee.
Yeah, well, you have no choice at that point if you're gonna have.
Well, I mean, you can go into between like the other room while looking at us.
Oh.
That's what like our my other teacher does.
So, do we recommend this?
Yes.
Yeah, we highly recommend this. It's Red Rose tea. Kind of hard to find these days, although in the old days any supermarket carried this. But it's very good. And for some reason my grandmother preferred this brand. Like to have this. She'd say, you want tea? I'd say yes. But they drank it only when they didn't feel good. Like maybe they had a temperature, it was like 101.3, or they had the flu or something, or maybe a stomach ache. But they never drank it like just to socialize, like the British people, you know, come over the house.
Tea.
Yeah.
Pinky's up.
Yeah, pinky up, and they would take a little drinky poo. In my house, you had to have some kind of ailment to get tea, and for me, I drink tea all the time.
Yes.
What's up?
Hello.
That's Isabella.
Oh, you're having tea without me?
Well, yeah, you want some?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can make you some.
Yeah.
Also, we made like art photos, and now they're giving out the forms so we can buy like items. We usually get like the necklace, the T-shirt, the cup, and I'm gonna get the magnet this time.
What do you need?
So like
White
a
chili
magnet.
pepper, I'm still like studying on something.
Okay. Where'd they go? Okay, just pull the whole thing out.
Thanks.
Okay, I'll make you some tea.
Yay.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you, Dad.
Okay. So, we're doing homework now. We just took a little tea break. Yeah, if I ever went to England, I would be having tea all day long,
I
having
feel
a
like
little drink.
water would be like only for nighttime.
Right. But I love tea. I've always loved tea.
I mean, you could.
Go to China, green tea all day long. But they have a lot of teas over there. India is another nice tea place. If you want coffee though, Ethiopia has probably the world's best coffee. You know, it's all subjective. You know, some people like Ethiopian, some Colombian, Brazilian. It just depends on your genetics.
So this was my homework, and I had to write sentences that had the same letter as the verb, and the verb for this first sentence was fly. The fly flew forward to the frozen freezer. My next one. The boy broke the blue boat badly. I grew a giant, grimy green grasshopper. Sally swam in a sticky swamp. Terry tore Tori's textbook of time.